Hey guys, and welcome back to another day of Foundation February. Today I'm going to be testing out the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. I'm really excited to try this out. As soon as I saw it, I just wanted to try it. As per my usual Foundation February videos, this is going to be a first impressions and a wear test. I'm going to try and get in at least 8-9 hours of wear. I will do a midday check-in and then come back at the end of the night to show you guys how everything is looking. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's just go ahead and get started. This is their Hydrating Skin Tint. I picked up the shade 210 Light to Medium. It does look kind of dark in the tube, but I don't think it's going to come out that dark, hopefully. It says here that it has 29% squalane. I can still not figure out how to say that. It has electrolyte and coconut water blend. And it says on the back that it's an ultra luminous skin tint, sheer to light coverage, melts into the skin for a natural dewy glow. Basically everything that I love in a skin tinted moisturizer. The only thing on my face right now is the e.l.f. Hydrating Gel Mist. I did use my daily moisturizer and toner, but then other than that I just put on the Hydrating Gel Mist. No primer today. Going to zoom you guys up a little bit so you can see my skin up close. I am sitting in front of my window. I'm just using natural light. I'm going to apply this with a sponge today. So I'm just gonna, actually, you know what? This is looking kind of oily. I'm gonna shake it up first. I do have a normal skin type. It's normal to dry in the winter and normal to combination in the summer. It does look kind of dark, honestly. It doesn't really have that much of a scent though, which is good. Actually, the color might be fine, especially since it's sheer to light coverage. Sometimes the color doesn't really matter. So it is, no, it definitely has a scent. It's kind of a sweeter scent. It has a little bit of like a vanilla cookie dough scent to it. Something sweet. I can't really identify it though. I squeezed about a pump of product and it really only covered this bottom half of my face. As you can tell, it's really light coverage. It looked like it was going to be a little bit dark on my skin, but now that it's blended out, it's like a perfect color match because it's so sheer. Didn't really cover any freckles or dark spots on my skin, so it is very light. Obviously you'd get more coverage with a brush, but I just wanted to use a sponge to test this one out today. And like I said, I've been on a real tinted moisturizer kick lately, so I am going to do a wrap up of all of the recent ones that I've tried and then let you guys know which one is my favorite from the bunch that I'm testing out. But that is one side of my face done. It does not look much different from the undone side. It is glowy and luminous for sure. It's not overly shiny looking. My skin still looks pretty natural. I mentioned, and as you can tell, very light coverage. Feels good too. It doesn't feel sticky or anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply to the other side of my face. I am finding that I'm using quite a lot of product. So the next time that I try this one out, I'm going to use a brush and see if I end up using less product. Honestly, in the summertime when I tend to reach for these types of products more often, I end up using my hands anyway and my fingers to blend it out, so maybe I should have just done that. So as you can see, it looked really dark when I first started blending it onto my skin, but once you pat it in, it's not too dark. I'd say their claim that it melts into your skin is pretty accurate. Like, I'm not detecting any heaviness on my skin. I'm not seeing any cakiness or pilling either. It looks really good. It's definitely lighter coverage than the Wet n Wild one that I just tried. That one I felt like I got a pretty good, I'm so scared of getting product on my turtleneck. That product I got a pretty good amount of coverage. This one is definitely lighter. I'll give you guys a close-up shot as well. It really blended easily into my skin. It looks very natural, soft on the skin. It is kind of emphasizing texture just a little bit. I think if you were to use a brush, you might get a bit of a smoother application and maybe it wouldn't show as much texture or pores as it looks like it does with a sponge. Overall though, I'm pretty happy with the way this one looks. I'm not going to layer up anything else. I don't have a super busy day today. Well, I mean, I have a busy work day, but not life day. It's currently 11:20 in the morning. I'm just going to call the check-in time 11:15. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup on top, then I'll pop back on, show you guys what else is on my face, and then we will continue on with my day. But just off initial applications, I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty standard for a tinted moisturizer. There's nothing overly amazing about it, but there's nothing wrong with it at this point. So we'll see how it looks with the rest of my makeup on. Okay, so I just finished up my makeup. This is what it looks like with everything on. I think everything applied really nicely on top. I didn't have any issues with applying concealer, powder. It was feeling very tacky to the touch, so I did end up setting the majority of my face, and even then it still feels like a little bit sticky. Not that bad, but it does feel a little bit tacky still, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer to settle into my skin. But to quickly go through what I all applied on my face, I used my L'Oreal concealer, the Age Perfect concealer. I just used it under my eyes and around my mouth area and the center of my forehead as usual. Bronzer came from the Rimmel Stick Contour Duo. The blush that I'm wearing is the Revolution Matte Blush in the shade Divine. I then ended up setting the majority of my face with the Milani Prep Setting Glow powder. Definitely set under my eyes, or like the concealer areas, but I also set this area here along my jawline and my forehead as well. And I sprayed my face with the Lasting Fix from Maybelline because I always spritz my face when I'm wearing a full face of makeup. Lips are the ColourPop Lippie Stick in the shade Aquarius. And then I'm also wearing the Blueberry Muffin palette from Beige Cosmetics on my eyes. So that is everything. Today is not going to be a super crazy day. I want to go for a walk because it's nice and sunny out, so I will be wearing a mask for a portion of the day. We'll see how it withstands a mask. I'll try not to wear a hat today because I don't want it to rub off on my forehead. Yeah, it looks pretty good at this point, so I guess the next check-in will be around 3:15. I think I'm in a meeting at that time actually, so it might be closer to 4 that I'll do the check-in, but it'll be a midday check-in. I'll try and film it in natural light again. So far so good. It's rare that I find a product that I right away don't like as soon as I try it. For the most part, I feel like I'm pretty happy with the way foundations look off initial application, but the real test is going to be how it lasts. So we shall see about that. Thank you guys for watching this part of the video, and I will see you in the afternoon. Hey guys, so it is currently 3:30 in the afternoon. So the skin tint has been on my face for about 4.5 hours, 4 hours-ish. I had to put on my glasses because my eye has been killing me recently. It's like my right eye is just so sore and it's super bloodshot, and I really hope it's not infected or anything gross. But I'm just trying to wear my glasses more, but it's kind of hard to wear them and then also wear a mask because they get all fogged up, and then also test foundations. But I want to take them off just so you can see. I can't see you at all, so I really hope you're in focus. I have the worst eyesight and I cannot see you. But this is what the foundation looks like. Someone is doing construction above me. You hear banging noises? That's what's happening. But the skin tint actually looks really good. I was just checking it out in the mirror. I'm really impressed by the way it's holding up. I did go for a walk today. It was nice and sunny out, and I also was wearing a mask. It hasn't worn away anywhere. It doesn't look like it's breaking down. I mean, we're only at the 4-hour mark, so there is the possibility it will break down in the next 4 hours. Honestly, it looks pretty decent. It does kind of look like I expected it to look because it was such sheer coverage. If like the natural redness of my face is kind of coming through, that is why. But I don't think it's worn away anywhere. I think it's just the pigments in my skin are kind of coming through more. Color does look a little bit off. I think in this lighting it matches pretty good, but it is a little bit more orangey, I think, so maybe it's oxidized a bit on my skin, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. It feels good. It doesn't feel tight like the Wet n Wild hydrator felt. That felt so weirdly tight on my skin. This one doesn't feel like that. It just feels really comfortable. It doesn't really feel like I'm wearing product on my face. I kind of think I prefer it to the Wet n Wild one, just because that tightness in the Wet n Wild one was so weird. And like thinking about it now, I can like feel it on my skin, like the way it felt. This one just feels very weightless and doesn't feel like anything. So I will see you guys around 8 or 9 p.m. It is 8:20 in the evening now, so this foundation has actually been on for about 9 hours. I'm wearing a different pair of glasses than I was in the midday check-in because I just got a whole bunch of new pairs and I wanted to kind of test them out and wear them. But anyways, this is what the foundation looks like, or the skin tint looks like on my skin at the 9-hour mark. I will say that it's looking pretty greasy. Like, I don't know if it's like looking greasy or if it's just looking quite shiny compared to what I'm used to. Like, it's not exactly worn away anywhere really. It doesn't look like it's faded on my forehead. It's kind of just worn away around my mouth area. That's always where the foundation rubs off. I just don't think the foundation looks great on my skin at this point. Wet n Wild skin tint that I've already tested, that one looks a lot better on my face in the evening than this one does. This one definitely looks quite shiny on my skin. It doesn't look as flawless as it did even at the midday check-in. So the wear time is definitely not as good as the Wet n Wild one. It's not like the worst looking tinted moisturizer that I've ever tried, but it's not one of my favorites right now, which kind of sucks because I like the way that this one feels on my skin a little bit more than the Wet n Wild one, but I liked the way the Wet n Wild one lasted. I want to keep testing this product out. Obviously, I want to use it with a brush and see how that wears. I might try it with a different powder next time. But anyway, that sums up this wear test and first impressions. Thank you guys as always for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos, and I'll see you in my next one.